Welcome back, image bearers. Welcome back. It is your girl Libs, and we are back with another video of Let's Talk About It. I am really excited today. Before I introduce this week's guest, I just want you guys, if you haven't already, comment, like, subscribe, turn your post notifications on so you do not miss an episode. I am just going to get right into it because I'm really excited and I feel like this is just a topic where we need the most time possible to talk about. So everybody give a round of applause behind the screen to my girl, Chantel.
Hello.
So, girl, Chantel and I have been friends. How long have we been friends now?
I don't even know.
I know.
Honestly, time has gone.
I know.
Like, I feel like it's recent, but not.
Exactly.
Weird.
Well, it's recent, definitely in adulthood, but it
Yes.
feels like the years have gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But anyways, this is my girl, Chantel.
Hello.
And girl, do you want to tell them what we're talking about today, or do you want me to? Like, do you want to introduce the topic?
I mean, like,
I think you should.
I guess I should. So today we're talking about singleness and just the journey of it all and all of that good stuff.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. So basically, the reason why I want to talk about this topic and why I think it's important is because I think that there is a lot of conversation about marriage for sure, especially in the church and stuff like that.
Yes.
I do think that there are conversations about singleness, but maybe in a certain light. So, you know, people talking about it like, you know, singleness, like, just wait for your time or what you should be doing. Yeah, your time will come.
Self-love is the best love.
Yeah. Like
All
in
of
that
the
kind of
cliches.
light, right?
Right.
I wanted to talk about it in a light of like, okay, how can people in relationships better support our single friends or single family members, like practically, like more than just your time will come, just pray about it. Because a lot of the time, like there is a time and a place for those messages of like, yeah, like some people do need to hear your time will come. Some people do need to hear, you know, grow closer to the Lord. But there's a lot of people where I feel like they know that. Like you're one friend I know you know, grow closer to the Lord. Like, you know what I mean? And it's just like, what more can we do? And how can we show up for our single friends in a better way, in a way that they feel also comfortable, in a way that they can express themselves, in a way where, you know, they don't feel like, ugh, here we go.
Yeah. Here we go again.
Same old.
Yeah.
But before we get into it, can you explain to the people like where you're at in your journey right now, your relationship journey? What has it been like? And
The laugh
you know,
already tells it all. Okay?
Yeah.
From the laugh.
yeah.
Oh man, like, okay, well, in regards to my walk or even just my single journey, I would say that I'm learning to put myself out there more. So there was a time where, especially like a few years ago, where I would just really be in a box. And I grew up in a Christian household, Jamaicans, you know, Canadian born, Jamaican heritage. And with that, it was always make sure you get your education. Blah, 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 you know, from my dad.
Yeah.
Even though, like, my mom's from Jamaica, well, my mom's background is Jamaican, and she's from, like, the UK, so she doesn't have that Jamaican accent or whatever, but, like, her father and, you know, her mother, who was, like, Jamaican and Cuban and stuff, so just the whole idea of education, blah, 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 focus on that alone or whatever.
Yeah.
So I took that to heart.
Yeah.
Always. I'm like, okay, so when I'm in school, no boyfriends or, you know, during that time, like just education, career, blah, blah, blah. So because of that, my focus would only be on church and school and like, yeah, friendships and stuff.
Right. I get it.
And moving forward, I would always put that area in a box. And, you know, like I look back and I wish that I would have opened that box a little bit.
More, yeah.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah.
But because of the way I grew up, I just found that like I just had that tunneled vision because it was just taught to me in that way.
Right.
So you know, earlier on, that was like my mindset, that was my life. But as I'm growing, as I'm in a permanent career, I'm a teacher.
Right.
And
She's a good one too. All her students love her.
thank you. Follow us at DDSB, Lift Your Voice, look it up.
Yes.
But I just found that as of recent, I'm
Yeah.
like, it's time to really put myself out there more and begin to understand this part of my life. Because obviously I don't want to be single forever.
Right. Yeah.
So currently, yeah, I am dating, and interestingly enough,
Yeah.
I had an interesting dating experience. She's laughing because she knows what I'm about to say.
And then I don't have to ask the next question. Like, what's the dating field like, girl?
Okay, we're always hearing like the dating pool has pee in it and blah blah blah. And
Oh my God.
although I don't want to say that it's true,
Right.
because like it's just so negative, you know.
Yeah.
Every time you hear that, anytime you hear someone talk about dating, it's always there's pee in the pool and
Yeah.
blah 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 blah
Yeah.
and stuff, and I'm just like, oh,
It's not encouraging.
it's not encouraging at all. But obviously it's due to negative experiences and how we shape those experiences. You're able to tell it's been shaped negatively based off of those phrases. The dating pool has pee in it.
Right.
Now, I'm not shaming anybody who says it. I was one of them.
Yeah.
Because, you know, like it's from a place of frustration.
Right.
For sure. And so this interesting dating experience that I went on recently, he is a guy that goes to church. Like, I know the church he goes to and
Yeah.
stuff. And like, you know, he was always like, yeah, like I take my mom and yada, yada, yada and stuff. I'm like, okay, like.
Check.
Yeah,
check.
exactly. Like, he goes to church.
Yeah.
He takes his mom.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
you know, and conversations were good. You can tell he's intellectual. He
Okay.
can hold a conversation, and he was cool. Now, like, he wanted a second date, which is cool as well. But in between the conversations leading up to even planning a second date, the conversation started getting a little too sexual, if I'm being transparent. And I did let him know of my boundaries and my walk of, you know, being celibate and yeah, all of those things. And his response was just so interesting. Like, his response was, I think you should find somebody that is celibate because this just isn't me.
Right. Which I feel like a lot of Christian
Yeah.
men feel that way.
Yeah.
Have that. But like, what was your response with that? I know what my response was.
Yeah. Yep. Honestly, I'm just like, you know what? Wish you all the best. And,
Yeah.
you know, like, yeah, take care type of thing. But
Yeah.
it was just a little discouraging because this guy, yes, he goes to church, like, actively, and being celibate,
Like, why am I explaining that to you?
it's just not for him.
Right.
So I'm like, all right.
Right.
So that's,
It just adds to the frustration.
it does. It definitely
Yeah.
does. But it also encourages me to have all the more discernment. Because in my mind,
Yeah.
I feel like I just thought, okay, because he goes to church and stuff, and like we possibly are of the same mindset, even though I'm just starting to get to know him, I feel like there is a level of guard that I can have down. Because
Right.
I guess because of my assumptions of him going to church and like having that understanding. But starting with more conversation with him,
Right.
that's where I'm able to tell that, okay, so we are not of the same mindset. And that's not okay with me, of course. So we need to part our ways.
Right.
And, you know, like, you can tell that he was still mature about it because he's letting me know his mindset and what he wants from the jump. So it's not like he's leading me on,
Right.
and enjoying the conversation and inviting me to date number 2.
Right.
He let me know. So he clearly was looking for something else, and that's okay.
Right.
It's not okay, but it's gonna be okay.
It's not okay in the fact that you think this is a man of God, a Christian man, and the fruits
Yes.
didn't line up, right? You don't want to
Yeah.
get into things and you're explaining basic
Yes.
principles, biblical principles, because I'll be like, okay, so what God do you worship? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
can see how that's discouraging, and it adds to the that narrative of the dating pool has pee in it and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
But like, thanks for being open and like transparent of where that. Do you feel like you've encountered that a lot?
As of recent,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Like there was this other person, this guy,
Yeah.
and he was just like, hey, like he was done work like late,
Okay.
and like
What'd he
red
do?
flag number one. He's just like, yeah, like maybe we can meet up and talk, before you go to bed.
Late?
Late,
Meet up in person?
meet up in person and talk.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Red flags. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. So I'm just like, I just once again set that boundary. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not the type of person
Yeah, yeah.
to have those type of interactions or those type of meetups when I barely know you. And then he just put okay, and I haven't heard from him, and like once again, that is fine.
Yeah, yeah.
That's fine. Okay?
Yeah.
So we keep it pushing.
Yeah.
But I do understand the whole pee in the pool. I do. But some reason
There's
I still
hope.
have hope.
No, it's not for some reason. It's
You're
because
right.
yeah, no. Like it's not for some reason, and I think it's still good that
Yeah.
you have hope.
Yeah.
And it's not, and you're not like gonna settle. Like, you know what I mean? Like settle your standards.
Yeah.
I think I would want to ask, like, shifting gears, but kind of still on the same topic. Like, how do you think, like, okay, so obviously these experiences happen. You're telling your friends, you're telling your circle or whatever. How do you think that, like, friends can better, like, support you in that journey of you're waiting, you're wanting. So it's not like, there's some people who are single. It's like, oh, I don't really want a guy anyway. But there's some people who's like single and it's like, I want to be with somebody.
Yeah.
Like, so when you express to your friends like, hey, this happened, and I know, like, you don't have to explain this part, but I know, like, when you told me that story, I kind of was like, well, how do you feel? Like, how
Yeah.
are you feeling? Like, is it discouragement? Is it this? Like, but how do you think friends can show up better for our single friends during their journeys?
Yeah. To be honest, like I got to say I have a really great circle. Like, yeah, I have some good friends, really good friends that show up, and thankfully they don't have the oh, your time will come. Oh, wait on the Lord. Oh, self-love is the best love.
Yeah.
Oh, just, really focus on yourself, focus on what you need, focus on your, just you. Get to know yourself better. Understand what you want in life.
No,
all of that stuff,
It's the voice for me.
Listen, tell us in the comments, my single friends, if you've had those
Moments.
yeah, those phrases, But thankfully, as of like now, like my friends, they like you. They ask like, okay, like how do you feel about it? Or, like I'm sorry that happened. Like that's not like you don't deserve that.
Right.
That type of treatment. And it actually really does help because it reminds me of like who I am as well as my standards. Because as a single person,
Yeah.
it can be there's a struggle.
Yeah.
There is always like something behind, like under, like just at the back of your head, you think, okay, like should I just settle?
Yeah.
If I'm being honest, those are always my thoughts. Do I give in to them? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
But do I want to?
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
All right. But with that being said, like when my friends remind me who I am and how far I've come because they've walked with me through these seasons,
Right,
these
right.
long, sometimes really, really frustrating, dry seasons
Yes.
of singleness and just life in general. It really is refreshing. Like, I think of an analogy of like a marathon. You're running a marathon and you are so tired in this moment. Like, there is a line and you're getting there, but you're so tired. So if someone's coming up to me and telling me, I see the line, you're almost there,
Yeah.
that will help me, like, what, 5%? But what I need at that
Yeah.
moment, while I'm sweating, while I'm feeling weak, I need hydration. Give
Yeah.
me water, give me
Okay,
electrolytes,
teacher.
give me
Teacher.
give me some Gatorade, give me something that
Right.
is going to nourish me as I'm going
Right.
as I'm in this marathon,
Yeah.
So how that looks practically would be, yeah, give me those words of encouragement, give me those hydrating words that actually empower me to keep going in this marathon of dating.
Yeah, yeah.
If you wanna, like, if you will.
Yeah, but it's
You
not
know?
like the typical, I guess, words. How do I say this? Because we were just talking about, like, okay, the generic, okay, well, don't worry, your time will come kind
Yeah.
of thing. I think it plays into the fact of your friends too should have some form of discernment of, like, okay, what does my friend need to hear right now?
Yes.
Right? Because, like, if you need a moment to, like, express your emotions,
Yeah.
then maybe your friends need to provide that space.
Yeah.
If you need, like, girl, get it together, pick yourself up,
Yeah.
and you know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I guess it's also a sense of having discernment, especially, and I think the reason why I'm particularly talking about, like, friends and relationships on how we can help our single friends is because I think there can be this non-intentional way of maybe friends and relationships kind of being more like, okay, girl, like, don't worry, because they're already in their, like, bubble or their it possibly. I do think it takes a person to intentionally be like, okay, yes, I have everything here going on, but let me still show up for
Yeah.
you in a way that you need, and actually try to empathize with where you're at right now, and not just like, don't worry, girl.
Yeah.
Like, he's out there. Well, he is. Like, he is out there, but
Yeah.
I sometimes wonder, like, okay, like, do you feel like you have a space to, like, not you particularly, I'm just saying, like, my single friends in general, right? Like, do you feel like you have a space where you can say, this is how I feel, and I'm upset about it, or I'm
Yeah.
frustrated, or I'm annoyed, God. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, it's good to hear that from you. It's like, okay, practically, this is what I need right now. I don't want to hear that the finish line is there. I know the finish line is there, but right now I might need a scripture. Right now I might need a song. Right now I might need you to just listen.
Take me to ice cream or something.
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. No, for sure. Wait, let me see what my next I feel like I know what my question wants to be, but I'm
Yeah.
just going to see, like, how do you think I kind of was just talking about friends in relationships, friends in singleness. How do you think the two groups can still show up authentically? So, for example, there's a friend who like gets married, and it wants to, like, enjoy the bliss of their marriage, yada yada yada. And then there's a friend who's dating, trying to find that person, and to be honest, there might be two separate frustrations. There's one friend who's figuring out marriage and is frustrated, and change is just overwhelming, and they might want to talk. And then
Yeah.
there's a friend who is looking for their person. They're frustrated because of the pee in the dating pool and all of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if the question is, like, too deep, but how do you feel that, or how do you think that the two can still show up authentically in their seasons, and not make the other person feel uncomfortable, or not make the other person feel like they don't relate? to what the other's going through? Or do you think the two can relate to one another?
Um, that's a packed question. But like as you were asking, I just I think about just having different perspectives and mindsets of what people are going through.
Yeah, yeah.
So I guess in one way there can be one type of, I guess, the the similarity of it would be, yeah, we're going through different struggles. Not the same struggles, but definitely different. In terms of showing up, I guess one of the best things that each person on the different sides can do is listen.
Yeah, yeah.
That'd be a huge thing. Communication, listen
Yeah.
to each other.
I was thinking the same thing.
And sometimes, like, yeah, obviously, I might not have the the answer when it comes to what's going on in the marriage life, obviously. But to be a listening ear, you know, and because like if it is Christ-centered relationships, obviously we can, when it comes to relationships, there's so much in the word that talks about things that we can still encourage each other
Right.
about,
Right.
regardless of your status,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So there is a similar area, and that's, yeah, that is Christ.
Yeah.
That is the word.
And I agree, because it's like we both are Christians, we both serve God. So just because I'm not single, or just because you are single, doesn't mean we can't still edify
Yeah.
one another. And I think that I wish like it was talked about more, because I do think there is this subtle thing of like, okay, married people talk to married people for advice, or that it's like, or single people, you can't relate to married people, or you don't want to impede. Like I've had a friend feel like, well, I don't want to impede on what you've got going on, or I don't want to
Yeah.
like be a downer on what you've got going on. And it's like,
Yeah.
well, actually, that's like, that's why we're friends. That's why we have relationship. That's why, just because I have what I have going on doesn't mean I can't still show up for you.
Right.
I remember, was it you who sent me a post, or somebody else sent me I don't remember, but it was like that reel on Instagram that says your friends are not placeholders until
yes.
marriage. It was you, right?
Yeah. Yes.
And I so like agree. Like your friends aren't placeholders until marriage. Your friends are friends through the different seasons. And I
Yeah.
think learning to grow with one another
Yes.
in each other's different seasons is what is going to create the friendship. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I can definitely agree. And I find too, just in this walk of singleness, I really, really hold my friendships just dearly.
Yeah.
They're honestly a lifeline. They really are. You guys really are. And it's just, it also, like, what I'm learning is, like, it's really teaching me the different aspects of intimacy. Because we always think of, you know, and anytime you think of intimacy, you think of the physical. You think of sex, okay? You think of all of that. But the true meaning of intimacy is closeness.
Yeah.
And you can be close in different ways, of
Facts.
course, right? Other than physical, you can be close, like, spiritually, emotionally, intellectually, all of these different aspects. And I just find that being in this area, being in this time of life, learning how to actually be intimate without the physicality of things, it's so beautiful. It really is beautiful. And it's showing me and teaching me what connection really is outside the physical of things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good. I want to ask, what is one thing you wish more people knew about the journey of singleness? Like literally anything.
I guess, like, I feel like there's much to say, and I feel like much people kind of already have an understanding of the journey. But one thing I could definitely say is, like, we are not, well, actually, let me speak for myself.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not as picky as people think single people are.
Okay.
All right? Like,
Tell the people. Tell them.
but obviously, like, physical aspects, for sure.
Yeah.
You want to be attracted to whoever you're with and stuff like that. But, like, I know lots of people, and especially the memes on Instagram and TikTok, it's always like the littlest things give them the ick. Like, you sneeze incorrectly, you blink wrong,
You chew weird.
you scratch your leg.
Yeah.
It's an ick. I'm out of here. Like, the stigma of single people on Instagram and TikTok, it's really not giving us the best look.
Right.
Especially the Pop the Balloon series. Oh my goodness. Listen, I watch it and I enjoy it.
I don't watch the full videos. I watch those reels.
Oh, the reels. The reels are crazy
and
sometimes.
I'm like, they're savages on there sometimes.
And like, they're making us look so bad. Like, a lot of us, like, single people are not like that at all.
Yeah.
We need to, like, really put that out there.
Yeah.
In fact, like, some of the Pop the Balloon series, like, I've watched really good ones.
Yeah.
And I've heard a lot of great conversations.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, okay, that's a saving grace. But the ones that are viral, those are the ones that make us look bad.
Yeah. I did see one
Ultimately.
couple, they like got married and had a baby.
Oh.
On Pop the Balloon, and they met on Pop the Balloon. I was like, why? I did think, why don't they show?
Yeah, the afterlife type of thing.
Yeah, I was
well,
like,
actually, I think they have like a series where they actually show like, oh, how's it going and all that stuff, which is good. I will never go on there. I do not have the esteem. If I hear one Pop of the Balloon,
I'm walking out.
I'm running home crying. Okay?
No.
I'm crying.
Yeah.
Like,
either that or it's like, well, I don't like you either.
oh my gosh. I could never, and I know my students would find me.
Right.
Like, they're always looking me up on Instagram, on Google, and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, no, I could never.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do love that you said that though, that not not all single people are as picky as, social media can make it seem like, because sometimes I even think even sermons in church can make it seem like, oh, you have this long list and why like you shouldn't, like you can't you can't want this, you can't want that, and it can feel, I'm not saying that there's no truth to the messages, but I can see how it can make you feel like, okay, well then should I just not like,
let's just forego the physicality and like, okay, if I'm not attracted to you, you know what, it's the Lord's will, so let's just
the attraction will grow. Right.
The attraction will grow. I'm like, Lord, please don't let that be my story.
Right. Like, you still want to have your wants and desires without having to be labeled as picky.
Yes,
you know.
True.
And I had another thought of like, when you were just talking about the Pop the Balloon stuff and whatnot, sometimes I do wonder, like, God, what do you think about this? Because how did dating go from like Abraham days of like, I don't remember this exactly who, but go to the well and find a wife, versus to, okay, let's stand here with a balloon and like pop it and say, okay, well, your hairline is messed up or something, I don't like you. And I do wonder sometimes, okay, God, like, what is God sitting there thinking, like, is this what scripture meant by a man go find, like, leave his mother and father and go find himself a good thing? Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I do sometimes worry about the culture of where we're going or verging off to in dating. But one of the questions I actually did have, though, was, what would it look like, do you think, if, like, how do I say this? What would it look like for the church to talk about singleness in a better way? Because, like, if we are, like, let me expand on that a little bit. There's Pop the Balloon, but there's also reality TV shows like Perfect Match. Love is Blind. Love Island.
Yeah, so many.
Do they even...
Ultimatum. Kind
Ultimatum. Temptation Island. Girl.
I've never watched an episode. Let's just keep that. Let's just put that out there.
Temptation Island. I said just from the title, this is from the devil. No. No. Please don't take me seriously. Please don't cancel me. Oh my
Way
God.
too much.
Yeah. But I'm just saying there are these shows where there's like even, okay, maybe like the less intense one, Married at First Sight and like whatever, where it's like sometimes I'm like, okay, yes, we want entertainment, but is this setting people up for good expectations for dating? Is this setting people up for good tools for a long lasting relationship? You know what I'm saying? So I just wonder, okay, what would it look like for the church to do better? Like, pop culture is doing a great job and
Oh.
making money.
Phenomenal. Okay.
What can the church do to be like better?
Help out pretty much in that area. Well, I've been to a few single, like, mix and mingle
Right.
church
Oh, talk about it, girl.
events.
Talk about it. Talk about it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, let's at least talk about the ratio.
Okay.
At least there, okay?
Yeah.
Because I'm not trying to down anybody.
Right.
But the ratios are always like 1 to 10.
Like women
One guy to
10 girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
And like there's always like packed with women and like 3 males in the building. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so maybe a good idea would just be possibly, honestly, like I'm noticing like the worship nights. You know, let's not label it single and mingle and
Okay.
stuff. Or, you know, have like a little after party.
Yeah.
Where people just chill.
Mingle.
Yeah, without saying mingle.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, but
the
for
verb.
sure.
Yeah.
just the verb. Yeah, like not the title and stuff. Like just because clearly, maybe guys feel pressured. Maybe it's just too much for them to go to a single and mix and mingle type of thing where there's a title and they feel pressured and all of those things. So I guess, yeah, I think when it comes to the church, one thing that I had a conversation about, like from before, like one of my friends, I'm just like, I feel like there's so many women empowerment events and like, you know, Women That Are Loose and all of those amazing, empowering things. And they do wonders for women in terms of building up self-esteem, in terms of giving them empowerment to be the best that they can be and be who they want and who they are in Christ and things like that. Even in secular realms too, in secular circles.
Yeah.
But there is less events for the males where like male only events, like the only like things I would see would be in America, like Dr. Daniel Darius, Dr. Darius. Yes, like he has an amazing, like I think like a whole program for males men. And also Ezekiel. Yeah, like
he has like prayer meetings for men and stuff like that.
Beautiful to see. Like I do know people that are great mentors for men, but they just have their own circles and stuff, which is beautiful. But like it'd be nice to see something more broadcasted for males to come out and like learn from other guys and be mentored and be trained to
discipleship.
Yeah. No, absolutely, for sure. And yeah, it'd be nice to see more of that because there's always women empowerment. There's always those type of things, but like we need something for males. Right. And it's not like, oh, teach them how to be my husband. No, it's not even that. It's just lifestyle in general. Yeah. Yes, of course, like that will be one area that will be nourished, that will be empowered. Like you will feel empowered to be a husband one day, hopefully.
Right.
But it'd be nice to see that more in Toronto.
Yeah, that's in Canada, because you're right. I think the U.S., if you look for it, you can find it. Canada, well, we need to step it up a little bit.
It'd be nice.
And hopefully it would encourage other men to see other men actually stay true to core values, to core Christian values. So then when you're out there dating, you don't have to explain why celibacy is a thing.
Yeah.
You know?
And feel like
let's
embarrassed.
Right.
To be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would like to talk about deeper things, not just
Yes.
not like what it means to be a Christian. Like, surely you should know.
Yeah, like
Right?
give me like what are some of the revelations that you heard in the season during your devotional time?
Any man who brings that up on a first date. No, I get what you mean though, and it's
man.
good. So churches, pastors, leaders, ministers, deacons, ushers, I don't know, whoever you are in the church. Everybody, you heard it here. What we need more for the church is to, I guess, essentially create those spaces where the fruits of the spirits can be developed. They can grow amongst men and amongst women. Women, we kind of have it already. If you look for it, you can find it
Easily.
but
I
more
can,
for the
think
men.
of 2 or 3 in my head right
Right.
now that's coming up.
Right.
So
we need it more for the men.
Yeah.
For sure. What is one advice that you would give, or word of encouragement, anything that comes to heart, that you would give to those who are in the same season as you? Or in singleness, even dating.
yeah.
It could even be like people who are like in a committed relationship and want to know, okay, should I marry this person? But just one thing.
Sorry.
You gotta hydrate so you can spit the wisdom.
Honestly, like I would say a lot of the things that I would think of when I'm in like my low places, like it's up and down, you know. It's not like okay, it's just always, increasing, accelerating, and I'm always going higher, and I'm okay, and I'm gonna be once I'm there, I'm gonna be good. It's not linear at all. It's up and it's down, it's up and it's down, and like that's pretty much with a lot of things in life in general. Think of grief. You think of just life in general. Your career, money,
Right.
and all that stuff, right? So specifically in terms of singleness, I always remind myself that God is faithful and He is for me. A lot of times we want to, and I can definitely speak for a lot of single people that I've been speaking to and have conversations with. There's a lot of times where we build cities in our minds, and we sometimes it's almost like antichrist thoughts. So what I mean is literally things that are the opposite from what he says
In his word.
And what he says to us because of what we see.
Talk about it.
And a lot of those things are literally written on the tablets of our heart.
Yeah.
And this is why in Psalms it talks about you need to write the word on the tablet of your heart because he knows.
Yeah.
Because he knows. And a lot of the things that were on the tablets of my heart is he doesn't want me to be too happy. If I'm being truthful, these are the things that were going on in my mind. And, the truth will set you free.
Right.
So I do want to talk about the truth of my truth of what I've been experiencing. There's a lot of times where a lot of areas of my life are good. It's the most money I've ever made in my life. I have a stable job.
Yeah.
I'm seeing there's permanency happening. God is showing me different ways how he wants me to, take up space in the education field. Wow. And all of these things are going good. But this one area, I'm just wow, okay, so maybe he doesn't want me to be too happy.
Or have it all.
Yeah, that's just too much happiness for me.
Yeah.
How crazy is it, or for me to think that, now looking back, I used to think that, he doesn't want me to be too happy. If I do get a man, then, maybe he thinks I'll leave him or something, leave this relationship and all those stuff. But things that I remember is, God is a God that gives good gifts.
Right.
And I forget where it is in the word, but it talks about how like if like an evil person gives his child good things,
Yeah.
how
Much
much more would a God, like, our God give us these like,
Yeah.
gifts and stuff like that. So those things would definitely encourage me. And I'm just like, no, like he actually is for me.
Right.
And even though time makes me feel like that is not so, because I've been here for so long, the whole long suffering business, like, been my portion. But you know what? It is
get
a
what you
fruit
mean.
of a spirit,
Yeah.
and it's really, really teaching me. It's teaching me patience. It's teaching me perseverance and all those stuff. As much as I don't want to, like, why do you have to do all this?
Right.
Like sometimes I'm like, you're doing too much.
Yeah.
You're doing too much.
I can learn patience a different way.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Teach me patience in the season where I want to be or something. But
Yeah.
there is always a reason. There's always a reason why God has us somewhere, even when we don't understand it. There's a song, even when I can't see it, you're working. Even when I can't feel it, you're working. You never stop working. And like that has been like really, really ministering to me, because there's a lot of times where I can't see it. There's a
Right.
lot of times where I cannot feel it, even
Right.
as I speak. I
Right.
can't feel it.
Yeah.
But it's teaching me the foundations of faith, and where does my faith lie? Does my faith lie in my timeline, or does my faith lie in the God who has created my timeline, pretty much? And I feel like because I've been here for so long, I used to like it actually like showed me where my faith lied. And a lot of times throughout these years of singleness, unknowingly my faith lied in a timeline. It did. Yes, I had faith in God too, but there was a lot of faith in a timeline until that timeline expired and I crumbled. I was at a breaking point because I'm like, oh my gosh, I've hit the mark of 30 and I'm still in this place. I'm like, this is crazy. So, like, yeah, I actually crumbled.
Wow.
And you know who met me? You know who met me at my deepest place?
Tell them.
It was Christ. It was God who met me in such a broken place where everything was in the air. Everything. So because of that, there is a foundation of just understanding who he is and understanding that my faith, like it's built on nothing less than Christ.
Amen.
Nothing less.
Amen.
And I'm sure we hear this all the time, but like as Christians and stuff, but like I can definitely say like that's just what it is. Like we have to have that foundation of faith, because who's to say that I might meet my man next week, okay, or tomorrow and stuff. But if I didn't have that breaking point of hopelessness and being at the end of my rope
And reshaping your faith.
and reshaping my faith now, if I didn't have that, then down the line, yeah, maybe I would meet my man and stuff like that. It's going to come up again in the surface.
Wow.
And I really do believe that those that are really, really like taking this walk seriously and actually diligently seeking God, and putting away our timelines, surrendering our timelines to him, I really do believe that he is really taking away, bit by bit, purging us in ways that we're going to be really, really grateful in the seasons down the line.
Yeah.
There's going to be a lot of fights that we will not have, because in our season time, or in this single season, we really, really worked on ourselves.
Right.
And yeah, so I really do believe those things, and therapy has been great.
Okay.
Also, let's talk about therapy.
Yeah.
In this time,
It's good to.
it has been a saving grace. Other than Christ, of course, because I know like church people can be a little bit.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie.
know?
I did therapy. I did therapy. I said, before I married this man, I need to work on myself.
Yeah, 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 for
Right?
sure.
Yeah.
You know, but like I'll always encourage it.
Yeah.
Okay. Like it's a resource from God.
Yeah.
You know, God has given his people wisdom
Practical.
practical wisdom to help us, to encourage us. And, you know, like I know God's really big on community as well and
Right.
talking and confessing our sins to one another and
Right.
things like that. And hey, practically, if you don't feel safe with specific people in your life, therapy.
Yeah.
You know, talk to a therapist.
Yeah.
You know, preferably Christian therapists if you can like find those Christian therapists out there.
And there's
There's
there.
a lot. Yeah, for sure.
They're there. No, I love that. So I think it just comes down to one, trusting God and putting your faith in him, but not just trusting God, but trusting in who he is. So
Yeah.
even when it doesn't look like it, like I trust and know that God, you are good. My situation's not good. And I always say this, like all of us, like doesn't matter your status, just as a Christian, getting to a place where you trust in the Lord's character. And I think
Yeah.
if we don't, that is the best place to start. If I don't really feel, God, you're good, help me to believe that you're good. If I really don't believe you know the plans that you have for me and they're plans to not to harm me, but to give me hope and a bright future, start with God, help me to actually believe that.
Yeah.
I remember a pastor once saying that faith is the action that you take based off of your belief of who God is. So if you don't believe, and that can apply with anything,
good,
right?
that's good.
If you don't believe that God is provider, you're not going to treat him as such. You're not going to take steps that actually confirm that you believe he's provider. If you
Yeah.
don't believe he's healer, that you're not going to step out in faith and believe that he's healer. So I mean, in the same way, I mean, it does apply all across the board, but in the same way, it's like, okay, well, if you don't believe in God's character, let's start there,
Yeah.
right? Because that
Yeah.
is what's going to ground you. That is what's going to.
Yes.
So even though your timeline didn't match up, or you might have had a certain picture or wisdom that this is how it kind of should be, God.
Yeah.
You almost kind of like, I guess, had to get to a place of, okay, God, so the dates don't match up, but
Yeah.
I'm going to still put my faith and trust in you know what's best for me. Like
Yeah.
you are my creator, right? He's created these things and he's including you. So how can we trust the creator of the created things even more? It's
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, it's hard. And I think that's where you
Definitely.
need community. You need the
Yes.
practical. Because
Yeah.
it's not every day you're gonna wake up and be like, worthy is your name.
Yeah, no, it's
It's
true.
not-
Some days you're gonna start with the screen,
Right.
okay?
Right.
Especially on like weekends.
Yeah.
Okay. Date nights.
Those snowy nights and you just
OMG.
Yeah.
All right.
That's real.
Yeah, it's
That's
true.
real.
And yeah, having these conversations and also, you know, leaning into seasonal people as well that
Okay.
have also walked these journeys. Yeah, like those can be good strategies too. It's actually interesting. I'm gonna share a story. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about this for a second.
I don't even know what she's gonna say.
Okay, so you know, like the West Indian Church,
Right.
You know, like there's times, and people in the comments tell me if you've ever experienced this, where sometimes you have to like gird up and like mentally prepare yourself for like, you know, just going back to your old churches that you know you grew up in,
Right.
and like there's been so many times where like I would hear the cliches like, oh, you know, just wait on the Lord and blah 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 blah, or no husband yet.
Yeah.
But in the same breath encouraging me with the cliches.
Right. Yeah. A beautiful girl, you know, meet nobody yet. And it's like,
no, just stay sweet in the Lord, okay?
no, we love our aunties and stuff.
Oh,
though.
we do.
We
We
love
do.
them. But yeah.
Yeah, like sometimes it can be interesting. But yeah, we really have to pick like who the seasonal people we go to sometimes.
Good.
This past summer, like one of my goals were to just spend some time with some of the older people from my old church, because I genuinely love them, and like I don't want to call them old, but like I love the
More
elder.
matured.
Yes, I love the matured, like the old, like the church mamas.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
love them.
Yeah.
I love spending time with them.
Yeah.
So I went over to one of their houses. Like there's two of them. So these are like pillars of the faith. Like they are, like they know what it is to bury their husbands. They know what it is to bury siblings, children. Like these are the type of people that I got to spend some time with.
Right.
And like pillars of the faith. Yeah, Jamaican moms and church moms, praying moms, I would sit and like have conversations. You're like, I remember seeing you at the altar, just at the feet of Christ. Just continue to love the Lord and bless him, and I just
Know your word.
know all of that,
Yeah. Yeah.
and because I know where they're coming from, and because I trust me, and because they have so many seasons under their belt, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let me try to possibly open up to them and speak to them about what I'm going through.
Right.
And so I asked them, I'm just like, what do you do when you are praying, you're believing for something, you're hoping, and you're waiting, and it just feels like God's not really coming through? So you continue to go back to your prayer closet and you pray and you hope and you believe, and you end up being mad at God. What do you do? And
I want to know what they said.
yeah, okay. All right, let's talk about it, okay? Because like I really thought I would leave really like empowered, encouraged, and like ready to navigate this next season.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So what happened?
But their response was just so interesting to me. Their response pretty much was just like, I would never be mad at God. I would never. I honor him. I worship him. I adore him. He is worthy to be praised. Like they were just like, okay, like they were shocked. They're like, I would never be mad at him.
Okay.
And I'm just like,
That's impressive. God forgive me.
and once again, I had to remember, because on my way home, what I thought would be encouraging turned out to be really like the opposite. And
You almost feel bad. Like,
yeah, like I'm just like, wow, like, okay, so me being mad at God is like actually not okay. But I have to remember, and please understand that I'm coming at this not to bash anyone. I love my church mothers. I
Right.
love them. But
It's
I have to
real.
remember they grew up in a Jamaican background where their mindset of authority is like, you do not show emotion. You don't show anger. You don't show all of that to authority. So when you grow up in that mindset, like it follows you in different areas of your life, whether it even be workforce, how you look at your boss and like, okay, you don't complain, you just do your work, do whatever, because you can't show emotion. So the same way into a relationship with Christ, because you grew up in that authority, just not showing emotion or any type of negative, because they look at it as something negative,
Right.
being angry or crying and showing emotion, all that stuff. I really like, pretty much as I was driving, just thinking about that, it just seems like it was response out of their experience and their upbringing versus like something like the word of the Lord, I would
Right.
say. So
That's smart.
I-
That's wise of you to discern that.
Yeah.
Not to say like, oh my gosh, I'm never going to go to them again. You're kind of
Right.
discerning like, well,
How
it's
they
their
grew up.
experience. Yeah.
That's their experience, exactly. And like obviously, like God has grace for everybody.
Yeah.
And how we travel and go along this journey.
Right.
And those are still my church moms. I still love them. I will still go over there and make zucchini bread with them. Okay, because it's perfect.
They're also just more joyful and less drama.
Yeah,
Than some
and
young people.
It's so simple. Like
Yeah.
going over there, it just feels like time is standing still. All that
Yeah.
stuff, right? But yeah. So
Yeah.
understanding that perspective, I really do believe that God kind of like brought me there only because I would have navigated this journey a little different. I would then focus on not being mad at God. If I continue to like really understand or take their suggestions of, them saying I'm never mad at God. But then, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Then I really do believe like the Holy Spirit then brought up like David. Let's talk about David and talk about in Psalms. And keep in mind, David's way older than our church moms of today, yesterday, and all of those things. And he was angry in the same different verses in Psalms. At the beginning, he would express his anger at God, right? He would express it. Let me just quickly look it up.
No, that it's a good example. David was so raw and
Extremely
emotional with God, and I mean, he did always find his way back
Yes, for sure.
to God's sovereignty, but we see the journey.
Oh, absolutely. Like Psalms, one of the things I wrote down, Psalms 13, at the beginning of Psalms, yeah, David was frustrated, upset. How long, Lord, will you forget me forever? How long will you hide your face from me? So yeah, he's showing his upset, his frustrations, and like the expression of like, are you forgetting about me? Type of thing, right? But at the end of the verse, he pivots to the reverence that our church moms were talking about, the reverence, the honor. But I trust in your unfailing love.
Yeah.
Like despite the feeling, I trust in your unfailing love. My heart rejoices in your salvation. I will sing the Lord's praises. So like, that praise will continually be in my mouth type of thing. Psalms 22, he talks about like, my God, why have you forsaken me? Even Jesus on the cross.
I was
"Why
literally,
have you
that's
forsaken me?"
what I was going to say after.
You
Like,
know?
look at the Son of God.
Our Savior said the same things, Psalms 42 is another one. Like, my tears have been my food. Like, he ate with that, Like, there's times where, yeah, there's weeping and wailing sometimes, But there's still, and I appreciate these Psalms because it shows me it's okay to show emotion. In another portion of the Psalms, God wants us to pour out our hearts to him. And that is one thing. The first time I read that, I was so uncomfortable because the idea of, oh, I can't be mad at him. Oh, I can't express frustration. But now, like, I tell God, like, you're doing the most. And I remember one time, I really do believe it was the Holy Spirit that responded. It's like, perhaps that's a good thing. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
all right,
Well, and I think remember, it's relationship, right? With the Lord. Being a Christian, it is beautiful because you have a relationship with the Lord. And not only that, but Jesus also is the human expression of God, where we see Jesus go through the emotions. We see Jesus go through sadness. We see Jesus go through trials and temptations. We see Jesus go through betrayal. We see Jesus go through basically every single thing that we go through on earth. And he frequently withdrew to pray to the Lord. I think that's a beautiful example on the cross. Like, Abba, why have you forsaken me? Like, hello?
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually
you
dying
at?
here, dripping, nails in my hands, like
Yeah.
people mocking, spitting, and you are nowhere to be found.
Yeah.
At my, even to death. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I think that is a great example of it's okay to be real with God. I mean, he knows anyway. So
Yeah.
even if you're sitting there trying to be like, hallelujah, he still sees your heart.
Yeah.
He still sees your pain. And it's okay to say, God, I'm upset. God, I don't understand. God, there's people in the Bible who had to say, increase my faith. I want to believe, but I'm struggling. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's a journey with the Lord.
Yeah.
And what's so beautiful with the Lord is yes, he's a just God. Yes, he is a fair God, and he is a God who will correct his children, but he is so loving, compassionate, relatable. He will meet you where you are.
Yeah.
So he's not going to, you're in the pits and he's going to be like, hello.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He is a God who will meet you there and say, it's okay.
Yeah.
Or give you that comfort. And that's why there's so many of us Christians where we say, or we are able to come from that place of, if it wasn't for the Lord, when there was nobody,
Yeah.
and you just felt his love and his presence. That's literally what it is, because there is those moments where you feel like you have nobody, no one understands.
Yeah.
And even if there are people who are in the same scenario as you, there's no one who's able to touch your soul and your spirit, man,
Yeah.
like God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
So I think that it's I'm so glad you brought that up, in terms of it's okay to be real, to talk about it with God.
Yeah.
I think he would even prefer that than for you to run away,
Yeah.
you know? But
Absolutely.
I think it's a good way to wrap it up.
Yeah.
I think thank you so much for your advice. I think the conversation went into different areas that I think do need to be spoken about. I'm glad we were able to talk about the dating scene. I'm glad we were able to talk about the culture of dating, what the church can do better. And, I know we started off with like, okay, how can friends show up better for singleness? But I think we talked about a lot of things that I think are necessary, and not like, most importantly, we spoke about just shaping your faith around God, allowing him to reshape it.
Yeah.
Staying rooted in that, staying rooted in his character, stay rooted in who he is, or who he is. And if you don't know who he is, that is your place to start.
Yeah.
Read the scriptures and find out, okay, who is this God? And God increased my faith to believe that this is who you are, Yeah. Thanks, Boo.
You're so welcome.
I love you.
I love you too. Thanks for having me.
You're so wise. I wish you were my grade 4 teacher. She's a grade 4 teacher.
Gosh.
And I wish I had her in grade 4. Sorry to my grade 4 teacher, but anyways, you guys, thanks for tuning in.
Yes.
I loved this conversation, and I feel like I should do a part 2, maybe from a male perspective.
Ooh.
And
Yeah,
see like
maybe.
what's out there for them. Yeah.
True.
Comment down below if we want to see that. But thank you guys for watching. I love you all. And comment, like, subscribe again if you haven't. And I will see you in the next episode. Bye, image bearers.
Bye.